right, Shalom. I want to give all praises unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Blessing and salutation to the elect of Yahshua, as well as the men out there teaching and preaching through the spirit of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI in truth and sincerity, and the men and women that follow, and those who might look like the other nations, but are of the nation of Israel on your father's side by blood. And as you can see within the title, man, denying yourself. Okay, losing this life, giving up who you was or who you is even, because it's a constant walk. It's a constant growing period. All right, they say, new level, new devil. Okay, so if you coming into this truth and you're growing and you're getting better, guess what? So are those evil spirits that's out to get you. It's not like you get strong enough to the point where they just leave you alone. No, they're going to go and be, hypothetically speaking, they're going to be training, like, man, I got to win this match. I got to win this. I got to win this, and us knowing that we're not perfect, it causes us, we should be aware. That's why the scriptures speak about self-examining ourselves. All right. So, we'll just jump straight into it. This is Mark 8:34. It says, and when he had called the people unto him with his disciples also, he said unto them, let me make sure this is the mic is on. Okay. He said, whosoever will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. All right. So let's get that word deny.
Strong's G 533. Aparneomai. Aparneomai.
Yes, it says to deny, to affirm that one has no acquaintance or connection with someone, to forget oneself, lose sight of oneself and one's own interests. Because why? Now you are in best interest of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Okay, what pleases him? What brings him comfort? What brings him joy? Okay, is not Israel, the nation of Israel, likened unto a comely and delicate woman. So it's just as if a woman has now been married to a man. Her job is to please that man, be a helpmeet, support him, help him here and there, had a house clean, and, feed, cook and feed him, so on and so forth. The duties of a woman. All right, and so much more is our duties towards Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. It's not how we would want something or how we prefer things to be, but it's what pleases, our power, man. All right, as it says in Hebrews 11th chapter in the 6th verse, it says, for without faith it is impossible to please him. All right. So that's even one thing in itself. The Lord wants us to be faithful, have faith in him and trust in him and believe that he is, that he will deliver us, believe that he'll answer our prayers, believe that he will take down our enemies. Okay, bring us out of situations. But if you're doubting, you're trusting more in yourself than you trusting in Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, So what's in the best interest for the Heavenly Father? Okay. It says, and take up his cross and follow me. Let's see what it says for cross. I knew it was, yeah, it goes into, let me see. Implication, the atonement of Hamashiach. Well, even right down here, you got self-denial. Okay, because you gotta you gotta pretty much, carry your own weight. All right, you gotta what's that precept? Let me see. I just went over it the other day. Mankind. Okay, here we go. This is Galatians 6 and We'll go to 3. We'll just get straight to it. It says, for if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself. That's part of self-denial as well. Anything we have within this truth, YAHAWASHI has given unto us. It says, but let every man prove his own work, and then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone and not in another. For every man shall bear his own burden. And that's where it comes down to. You got to bear your own burden. All right. You have to carry your cross. You got to overcome your obstacles. You got to get through your what's meant for you to fight through. Like I said, that path is narrow and only one can go in at a time. So you got to go through what you go through. Just look at it like there's a room and there's a door you can't see through, and your door open up and a brother go in and you hear him tussling and bustling and fighting through his overcoming his obstacles, and now it's your turn to go in. You gotta be fully persuaded in your own mind, seek your own salvation. Another man can't carry you into the kingdom, man. We all gotta walk that walk, all right, just as the Lord walked that walk. Okay, and guess what? When he was carrying his cross, what happened? He got to the point where he needed help. All right, now Akumar are there for help, but sometimes some brothers might not even try. They just want to sit back and let everybody else kind of do the work, do it for them. Like, nah, you have to, carry your cross. Okay. So here we go. Verse 35, it says, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it, but whosoever shall lose his life for my sake and the gospel's, the same shall save it. So it's not just losing your life. All right. Because what it's saying is, if you will save your life in this sense, being comfortable, doing things your way, picking and choosing when you want to serve YAHAWASHI, if you want to go on a hiatus or not, once again, you're not denying your self-interest. You're into more what you want to do opposed to what pleases YAHAWASHI. All right. And it also says, but whosoever shall lose his life for my sake and the gospel's, and that's what it's about. All right. Now, you losing your life is giving up whatever reputation you have and whatever makes you comfortable. All right. Whatever makes things easier for you, because this is not an easy walk. Okay, we are comforted through this thing, but it's not an easy walk, and it's only going to get harder the closer we get to the end, because think of Matthew's the 6th chapter when it speaks about the Lord feeding the birds and clothing the fields, all right, with flowers. It's told us to do what in verse 33? Seek ye first the kingdom of YAHAWASHI, and he'll provide those things. Because the closer we get to the end of the world, the more scarce things are going to get. Resources, social life, all right, trust, because it said the love of many shall wax cold. A lot of people are going to start really fending for themselves opposed to helping any and everybody out, because there's going to be less resources, man. Less food, less water, less access to things. All right. And another important thing, it said, for my name's sake, for my sake and the gospel's sake. So when you are giving things up or losing in this life, ultimately make sure it's for YAHAWASHI. Okay. Make sure it's for YAHAWASHI, because you can give up. There's entertainers that's given up certain things to get what they wanted, but once again, it's into their self-interest, which kind of goes into the next verse. It says, verse 36, for what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Because all of the things that they have, it's come out over the years what these entertainers go through and do to get the position of where they're at. All right. So what is the purpose of going through all of that to be comfortable now if you're going to lose all of that pretty soon here in the near future? Okay. And it could be in a very painful and devastating way. It's all up to YAHAWASHI. Okay, you have Israelites out here teaching and got a Bible in their hand and doing videos in classrooms on the internet, live or whatever, but they've taken a bag, or they're bringing a bad. Well, I don't want to say they're bringing a bad rep to being an Israelite, but at the end of the day, they're going to have to answer for that. All right. So what shall it profit you getting whatever you're getting to teach the lies, to deny the name, to deceive people, to stir them the wrong way? All right. What profit is that for you to gain all of that but lose your soul? Now you lost, you're a bug out, you don't know whether you're coming or going, and then you're gonna be judged for that, man. Okay? It says, or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? Whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, because that's what makes things harder. It's so much wickedness all around us, man. Okay? It's so much wickedness all around us, and we still got to stay on the straight and narrow through the spirit of YAHAWASHI. All right? Technology is all around. Your flesh is weighed down automatically, okay? By the sense of just, being worn out in this society, and you want to relax. And we can't. We have a responsibility through the spirit of YAHAWASHI. But guess what? He's given us that responsibility because he know that we can carry it. He know that we got the ability to do so. All right. So you have to keep that in your mind. Some of these people fell weak and they just pretty much dropped their cross. Man, it's too heavy. I'm about to just, walk without it. Well, hey, go ahead. Now you done lost your chance of salvation. Them dropping their cross is not them denying themselves. Not them wanting to fight the good fight, man. Okay? Not wanting to overcome their obstacles. All right? They might have been carrying their cross and they seen something attractive along the road, and now they want to go after that. They've turned their hand back from the plow. It says, I'm going to read that again. It says, whosoever therefore, Mark 8:38, whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, of him also shall the Son of Man be ashamed when he cometh in the glory of his Father with his with the holy angels. And that's when he's going to say, get back, I never knew thee. All right. Or people are going to have to start answering for their sins, man. For the deceit that they put out there to steer people the wrong way. Okay? The pastors, leaders calling themselves Israelites and saying, man, all type of wickedness, and through the spirit, it's all coming out now. The closer we get to the end of this, it's all coming out. All right? Because everything that's done in the dark shall come to light, as the scriptures say. And it's only more is going to come out, and it's going to get tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. And that's why even, amongst certain brothers, you see brothers going through things. All right. Because that's how the Lord does. He multitasks. Okay. He might be persecuting a guy who calls himself Israelite, and he know he's being wicked. Okay. And he's just pretty much things getting tighter on him to get him out of the truth. All right, then you have the one who's got to get rid of a few more impurities, okay, and get cleaned up a little bit more, and things are getting tighter on him, okay. But the difference of the two is the Lord. If the Lord wants you, He's gonna get you. All right, so the one who is working on himself and being sincere, he's gonna get rid of those impurities through the Spirit, okay. But he's gonna have to overcome those obstacles, man. All right. And like he said, you can't be ashamed for the name, because like you said, if you come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. You're going to be tempted. You're going to be tested. You're going to have to be proven. All right. You're going to be persecuted. All right. I'll get one more and then we'll close it out. Man, I'm going to see if I can remember it, because I think I know where it's at. Maybe it's First Timothy's. Dang. I'll search it. Hey, the scriptures also say, through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom of heaven. All right. 3 and 12. I went to 3 and 4. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 12, it says, let me highlight this real quick. Yea, and all that will live godly in Hamashiach YAHAWASHI shall suffer persecution. So that's a part of this thing. You're going to suffer persecution. But what did it say after that even? But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them. And that's very important. All right, so you got to be ready and prepared to suffer persecution for YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI. That can't be ashamed, okay? Because when he returns, he's going to be, hey, I ain't know you. You was ashamed of me. You denied me. All right, so I'm going to deny you, as the scriptures say. You know, you deny the Father, you deny the Son. You deny him, then you're going to be denied, man. Okay? Hey, so with that, Lord willing, you was edified, and Lord willing, we allowed to endure into the end. And once again, I want to give all praises unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH, Shalom.